Halo guys, kembali lagi. Ini race kedua ya. Race keduanya Junior GP. Ini kita mau lihat Verega-nya kondisinya bagus apa enggak. Oke, kita kecilin dulu ya. Waduh, mic-nya kayaknya pengaruh banget nih. Bentar ya. Jadi suaranya kita kecilin dulu. Bentar. Cek 1 2. Oke, suara motor GP-nya kayaknya harus jelas ya. Ini masih warning up ya teman-teman. Masih warning up. Jadi sabar ya. Suaranya kita dengar kecil apa enggak? Area sabar ya. Kayak suara jantung. Oh. Oke, bentar lagi udah warning up dan bentar lagi udah masuk ke apa namanya? Ke balapan yang kedua ya. Ini yang race yang keduanya, teman-teman. Oke, kita tunggu nih, Kita tunggu nih. Ini Wedega nomor 9, teman-teman. Oke, udah mulai race-nya, udah mulai guys, teman-teman. Udah kita mulai, kita lihat Wedega-nya udah mulai, kita lihat urutannya. Oke, sementara Wedega di urutan ke 3. Oke. Oke, kita lihat di sini ya. Kondisinya Vedega masih di urutan kelima nih, masih 16 lap. Kita cukup memantau aja ya. Masih tidak jauh dari Uriarte masih di depan, teman-teman. Kita lihat kendaraan Vedega apakah bisa lebih baik di race kedua ini. Kalau ngeliat dari nomor 11-nya si Fernandez di belakang ya. Gila Vedega masuknya, teman-teman. Dia tembus 3 nih, tembus 3. Oh, enggak. Keempat, man. Cara nusuknya tuh lumayan bagus ya. Dari luar ke dalam. Dia kembali ke posisi 5 lagi ya. Morelli masih di depan. Vedega mulai dibalap lagi sama Gonzales yang nomor 11. Sekarang posisi Vedega di urutan ke-7 nih kalau nggak salah. Masuk lagi ke urutan kelima ya Vedega ya, pelan-pelan. Dari sekilas yang kita lihat tadi. Ada salah satu rider Levi jatuh, teman-teman. Oh, ada 2. Oke, Vedega masih di luar rombongan, teman-teman. Rombongan 1 2 3 4-nya di depan. Paling depan Uriarte, kedua Morelli, ketiga Sal, keempat Rio. Yang kelima tuh Vedega, keempat Gonzales ya. Kayaknya berat deh dari ngeliat sepeda motornya Vedega ya. Corneringnya kayaknya agak begitu tidak begitu seperti KTM kayaknya. Tapi beraninya Vedega itu loh, pelan-pelan dia masuk tuh teman-teman. Kayaknya cukup berat ya di season ini ya motor Vedega-nya. Honda memang berat banget Honda kayaknya. Untuk speed dia agak kurang dia. Hanya mungkin dari skill Vedega aja yang membantu ini dengan posisinya di nomor 6. Uriarte nggak bisa dikejar teman-teman. Fastest lap dia. Fastest lap tuh yang tercepat dia. Kalau ngelihat dari kondisi ini, Vedega cukup jauh dari rombongan teman-teman. Karena rombongannya ada 1, 2, 3, 4, sedangkan Vedega itu cukup ada jarak juga sama Gonzales sih. Nggak kerasa sekarang udah lap 14 ya, masuki lap 14 ya. Salah satu yang bisa dilakukan Vedega ini kalau ngelihat dia cornering yang agak dalam ya. Jadi dia tidak terlalu melebar, jadi posisi dia nomor 6 tuh masih aman terjaga. Tapi kalau ngelihat dari motornya Gonzales, sakit kayaknya Honda nih. Punya Gonzales aja hampir nggak bisa dikejar nih sama Vedega nih, teman-teman. Morelli sampai keluar jalur teman-teman. Berarti kita bisa ngelihat ya speednya punya motornya Morelli ini juga bagus juga teman-teman. Bayangkan aja satu tikungan Vedega berat kayaknya. This looks to be a statement ride so far for Brian Uriarte after getting pipped on the final lap of the race, and that is the 47 now coming into the pits. Dojo Boggio now, that's going to be into things. So no points scored here in Italy. So disappointing. A crash at turn 10 in race 1, or a retirement in race 2. Whatever can be helped, it's now time to reset and get going again at Barcelona for Uriarte nggak bisa dilawan teman-teman. Motornya emang keren. Keren motornya. Jaraknya Uriarte dari tiga di belakangnya itu lumayan jauh juga teman-teman. Bisa dilihat di sini ya. Jadi kita perbandingan ya. Kalau di analisa tuh si motornya Uriarte itu udah bagus, ditambah skill lagi udah gila deh jadinya. Nah kita kan berharap nih Vedega ini punya skill nih bagus juga, berani ya ibaratnya masuk. Tapi kalau motornya nggak mendukung seperti ini kayaknya berat sih. Lari dari tadi kita lihat ya udah dari lap 14 sampai lap 12 nih motornya Vedega tuh kayak masih belum bisa ngejar gitu. Biasanya kita seru ya ngelihat Red Bull. Kali ini kita ngelihat Junior GP Vedega cukup jauh di belakang. Habis itu untuk sorotan kamera itu lebih ke Uriarte dengan tiga baris belakangnya ya. Sedangkan Vedega masih cukup ya sekilas saja untuk kita bisa nonton ya. Jadi kita lebih cenderungnya ke Uriarte nih. Gila, Uriarte udah di depan. Ini memang benar-benar lumayan parah lah.
It would be a good strategy from the number 54 is if he is doing that, especially knowing the pace of Morelli and Samana. You would think would be a bit quicker. That is Salvamanzi down at turn 10 on the exit of the long lap loop there. You can just see it right behind him.
Yeah, Salvamanzi down at turn 10. Disappointment for
Sudah 12 lap.
Aspar squad, but of course he'll go back to the drawing board in Barcelona.
Masih tidak bisa dipungkiri Uriarte paling depan.
So hopefully he can get that run in and at least make it to the end of the race and see the checker flag for the sake of gathering some extra data. Meanwhile, his teammate out on
Tidak ada perubahan, masih Vedega di urutan ke-6 ya teman-teman.
Just a little bit too far back. We've not seen too many moves actually made over at turn 2 so far in this race. And we've seen some excellent moves in race 1 made at turn 2. So perhaps waiting until the closing laps, because there still is 11 laps to go. So still a nice distance to be ran here at Misano.
Still a long way to go in this race.
Kita bisa lihat ya perbedaan dengan race pertama ya. Kalian bisa nonton yang sebelumnya, kalian bisa mengamati juga yang race sebelumnya itu juga full videonya. Yang kedua ini cukup lumayan kurang menarik sih menurut aku, karena dia cukup tinggalan jauh sih motor Vedega-nya teman-teman. Baru di 11 lap aja udah lumayan jauh loh.
Under pressure, and it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that this time around, although very close once again to the green. He's going to have to start.
Ini ada pencarian posisi kedua dan ketiga ya teman-teman.
Heading into turn 11 through Carbone we go. All the way on the inside curve was Rico Salmela, and that is a move done. Second place now for the 27. He's looking for a good result after crashing out in race 1. He's looking to try and stop in the 51 to extending this championship lead even more, because if it stayed as was, it would only be 5 points lost, 5 further points lost, as what it was earlier on this morning. So important race for Salmela in terms of his championship and keeping those hopes alive.
It is absolutely important for Salmela to see if he can limit the damage effectively at this point, looking at the gap. More than 2 seconds across the line in favor of Uriarte. Now, up the inside of Morelli at turn 1. So Morelli dropping 2 positions.
Morelli mulai keselip lagi nih.
Now we'll see whether Salmela and Rios have the pace to challenge Uriarte, but they do have a big gap to bridge before they even think about overtaking him.
Rios clearly doing his research here at Misano, because that was a
Oke, tinggal 10 lap lagi teman-teman.
On the run to turn 1. Now he continues his fight. He sets sights on second position on Rico Salmela, who sits in P2. The 54 will enter the slipstream now.
Jangan dilihat nih disorot battle-nya 3 nih ya, urutan 2 3 4 ya.
Well, we don't have enough fingers on our hands to be able to count it. And well, next time around we'll be entering less than 10 laps remaining. We mentioned how short race 1 was for these guys, but race 2 in itself, well, it's continuing to spring up a surprise, and with more race distance, it's meaning a slightly different style of race.
It is meaning a slightly different style of race, and definitely a surprise as well, because I don't think anyone would have predicted Uriarte to have this much pace in hand, especially over Morelli, given their fight in race 1. But also Salmela and Rios.
Sepertinya Vedega dari lihat papan skor di samping ya, maksudnya papan nama di samping itu udah masuk ke posisi 5 ya Vedega. Jadi Gonzalez bisa dilewatin sama Vedega nih.
Break the timing beam yet again. It's another opportunity just to have a little glance over lap times. A 141.5 for Brian Uriarte, a 141.9 for Rico Salmela, a 141.8 for Rios, and well, Morelli, he's inside the 142 bracket, and well, that's not going to be enough to be able to keep up in this podium fight.
Morelli does not have the pace.
Masih berat Vedega-nya teman-teman. Belum terpantau kamera dari dekat.
He is flying out in P1.
Yeah, a couple attempts quicker last time around, but only 2.7 ahead. That's 1 or 2 mistakes away from everything changing around. As well, Salmela now still sits P2. He's not cracked under pressure just yet, and I'm sure he's had a chat about his engineers, about his feeling on the front tire.
Sepertinya Morali nggak akan naik podium nih. Hanya tadi pertama yang aja dia naik podium di race pertama. Di race kedua kayaknya mungkin agak berat ya. Battle-nya udah kita lihat cuman di urutan 2-3 aja lagi sisanya. Di urutan keempatnya cukup berjarak intinya.
Zani now enters the top 10 as we look at the live championship standings, so that will rise to 42 points if the checker flag was brought out right now, but of course still 9 laps to go, so plenty of opportunity.
Waduh, Vedega kebalap teman-teman. Langsung ke urutan belakang dia. Lewat 2 orang. Dari Gonzales sama Ogo baru ke Pratama di urutan 7 Vedeganya.
After the crash earlier, you would think a P5, P6 finish is a good comeback given the circumstances of race 1, but the number 67 will always have been hoping for a podium finish, but it looks like no one has the pace to go with Uriarte, and then Samela and Rios are quicker than Morelli behind them as well, so it looks like
ke-8 ya, bukan ke-7 nih kayaknya. Vedega, benar kan, turun ke-8. Karena dia di 3 di belakang sih soalnya.
Working out a plan for the closing stages of this race. It's Junior GP Race 2 here at Misano. You're watching the battle for second position.
Gimana nih teman-teman? Kalian kalau ngeliat Vedega seperti ini, sedih ya? Bayangkan aja dari urutan ketiga tadi, sempat ketiga, turun ke-4, turun ke-5, turun ke-6, bertahan di 7. Habis itu sekarang di posisi ke-8. Kayaknya bener-bener agak tidak ini sih kalau ngelihat motornya, tidak terlalu sulit ditarik lah intinya gasnya.
If Morelli does receive a penalty at this point, it would likely be a long lap penalty, as we just see Samela.
Sisa 7 lap lagi teman-teman.
If Morelli at this point gets a long lap, it will cost him around 3 seconds, which on the timing would drop him, I believe, down to around 8th, around where Pratama is. Obviously, he would not have to necessarily take it straight away. He would have a certain amount of time to do that, so that could change. But he is dropping well out of contention, even without a penalty for track limits.
Yeah, of course, even without penalty of track limits, Dojo Boggio has rejoined in this race, perhaps just gathering some data after a tough race too. So whatever was damaged earlier on this morning hasn't been fixed, and now it's time just to double check things before they arrive at the next round of the championship. But of course, yeah, as we said, if Morelli did receive penalties, he would have 3 laps to complete any long lap, unless it was caused in the last 3 laps.
Kenapa ada Uriarte ya? Oh, bukan. Ada udah yang overlap soalnya. Nomor 47 udah overlap.
Just keep an eye on things because still 7 laps to go, so still plenty of opportunities to make a slight mistake. That's all it is. These junior GP riders on the absolute limit, and Marco Morelli, although he's lost some time over the last couple of laps, he's had a good 1 or 2 laps now where he's beginning just to keep tabs on them, I think it's fair to say. But
tapi kalau ngeliat Marco Morelli, dia motornya pakai Honda loh.
He has stabilized the gap to the riders in front of him, but he is some way back, around 8 tenths at the start of lap 10. We'll just see what it is.
Oke, lumayan. Vedega lagi naik ke urutan ke-7 teman-teman. Kita berharap 6 lap terakhir masih bisa naik lagi Vedega ya.
Yeah, exactly, and well, it proves how hard he's having to push, even at the head of the field. He doesn't necessarily have to, but I think in his head he feels like he has to. Although, when you're in this situation where you've got such a lead, a 4.2 second advantage, almost the best thing you can do is to continue to push this hard. It's the moments where maybe you back off slightly, that's when you can have a lapse of concentration, and suddenly all that work is for nothing. As well, Rico Samela has to work for this P2 still because these three riders are getting bunched up once more. And I think it's fair to say, Jesus Rios is going to have all the data. He's going to know exactly where that move could potentially be made in these closing laps. Even if it came down to the final lap, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Rios going up the inside.
No, I don't think anyone would be shocked. He is learning so much about.
Sorry guys, cukup ngantuk ya.
Is quicker than him, where Samela is slower than him, and it will all be a calculation.
Kenapa ya kalau Pedega udah nggak di depan tuh kayaknya kurang menarik sih.
Yeah, and where is that going to arrive? We await to see. Well, we'll keep an eye on exactly where he's able to make some ground because he's quite quick through this final sector, but it's tricky to make the move at turn 40. He would have to be much closer than what he currently is. And the good thing, at least for Salmela, he can still see Brian Iriarte in the distance just about. If that gap got any bigger, then he would as well. Once again, having some issues trying to keep the bike on the circuit, it seems, and things begin to heat up. Of course, this is at the point where your tires are starting to get more and more worn, and perhaps they're not wanting to do the job that they
Nih, baru kita liatin Pedega-nya. Wah, Pedega masuk. Ajib. Masuk lagi posisi 6 Pedega.
Just on Morelli, he was on the green on the exit of turn 15 on the previous lap, so he has been given that track limits warning already. So just something to keep an eye on with 5 laps to go, because well, at the moment he would drop to around P7, P8 with that penalty, but there is a big gap, a big group, sorry, with, that are 2.7 behind. So if he has the pace,
Bisa 5 lap lagi ya teman-teman.
He might actually not be penalised even with a long lap or a 3-second penalty. It's just come up on timing. Morelli has a long lap penalty.
Marco Morelli, a long lap penalty, race 1 winner to P4 runner, and you would have to say that's going to drop even further down the list as he'll see the long lap come up at the start-finish line next time around. So disappointing for Marco Morelli, but to top 5 finish still isn't off the cards here, I think it's fair to say. If he can rejoin into that group or near that group like Casey O'Gorman and Pratama and Esteban are fighting in, perhaps he can get himself a top 5 finish still.
If he can use the slipstream of Samela and Rios just to bridge that gap a little bit more, because he's around 2.7 ahead of them at the moment, 3 seconds for a long lap roughly. There's a chance he might even take the long lap and come out ahead of them.
Pedega itu menurutnya kalau dia naik lagi paling dia urutan 5 teman-teman. Oke, masih kita lihat ini ya, Pedega masih bisa di arah.
Rejoined just ahead of turn 16 after previously receiving a warning. That's being given a long lap penalty, and now it's going to be when will he take it? Will he take it straight away or wait a few laps?
It's a tricky one at this stage of the race because he can't leave it too long, because then if he does need to pass riders, he won't have the time to do it.
Bener kan? Urutan 5 kan?
Behind 2, 3 or 4 riders when you know you've got the pace to stay ahead. So it's a tricky one. Perhaps looking at the gap, what is it now? 2.4. It looks like it's come down a little bit, so maybe he needs to take it now and then have the chance to pass on track.
Pedega masih di depan teman-teman. Masih urutan ke-5 dia, aman masih. Dari rombongannya paling depan dia.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for Marco Morelli. What a change of fortunes. Sadly for him, though, not the way he would have hoped for. This means, though, Rico Samela and Jesus Rios, perhaps they've had a look at the pit wall as well and seen that Morelli behind them have a penalty. And no, it's pretty much just them two battle away for the podium positions, while Brian Iriarte now is ahead of the field. We'll wait to see what the gap is. It was just over 5 seconds. That's 5.2.
Iriarte has this under control. He's still in the 1 minute 41. It's incredible race pace from the number 51. Just to correct myself, the gap between Morelli and Pratama is actually closer to 4 seconds. So if he does take the long lap on this lap, which he should, he will come out in P4 ahead of the number 9.
Yeah, exactly. It will come out just ahead, and there are the boards that we were speaking about. So long lap 97.
Nah, Pedega nih teman-teman. Hampir di balap.
Gonzalez there also having a moment, so continue to fight away. Rico Samela looking up the inside now because he's dropped back a position. So Rico Samela down into 3rd, Jesus Rios into 2nd, and well, O'Gorman and Pratama getting very, very close together on circuit. So is likes of Esteban and that group behind. So if you're Marco Morelli, I don't know where you would want to be on circuit, because it seems like no matter where you are, you're going to be getting yourself involved in the dogfight. Unless if he takes it now, gets a gap from himself and the guys ahead, and then also can hopefully, for his sake, get ahead of the likes of Pratama, Esteban, Gonzalez and O'Gorman. And he does take it now. We arrive at turn 9 and 10, and he gets on the brakes. He'll have to take this one pretty
Oh, long penalty.
as he comes out now, rejoins the circuit, nice and safe on the curb, and he is ahead of the field. So Pratama now sees the 97 into the closer distance as what they have.
Morelli kena penalti ya.
O'Gorman and Gonzalez are going to be chasing them down over the next couple of laps.
They are, and he's just gone on the green again through turn 11 and 12. It looked like Salmela and Rios switched positions at turn 2 on that lap. It was just out of shot, but I could just see the move happening. And then Rios and Salmela still fighting over P2, but it's between those two for the final 2 place on the podium. Salmela just touching the green on the exit at turn 15 there.
Yeah, he needs to be careful of that one. Track limit's been the talking point of this race. He's just Rios.
Sisa 2 lap terakhir. Masuk last lap. Oh, nggak, masih ada lagi ya? Masih.
It will be the fastest lap, it will be the last lap of the race, but some good extra times coming in as well from the field as we head towards turn 4. Heavy on the anchors. Well, Rico Salmela, that Honda underneath him is making some shapes, but he's able to get his stop running slightly wide if I had to critique it, but nonetheless, Rios not getting through.
Rios not getting through just yet, but it looks like he might have had a good exit out of turn 6. Turn 7, just a flat-out kink in these bikes all the way to the inside curb. Now under braking at turn 8, Salmela holding position for now. It will come down to the run out of turn 10 on this lap potentially, as they both use the blue part of the paint, not a track limits offence.
Yeah, both of them allowed out there, extending the track, using all the track, and then some. However, the 27 has been given the track limits warning, meaning we really need to keep an eye if he goes on to the green. As well, there's confirmation of the track limits warning from race direction. Towards Curvoni now we go. Turn 11, using all the inside curb that they dare and trying not to fall off the outside of the circuit onto the green paint. It's so easy to do. Before, of course, now turn 12, 13, and now on the brakes for turn 14. A moment on the front. Can he keep it from running wide? Yes, he does. Ever so slightly wide, but still no issues at the moment for Rico Salmela. Joel Esteban up into P5 now, so he's got ahead of Veda Pratama, and Pratama, after battling away earlier on in this race, he's dropped to P6.
He has Esteban around a second behind Morelli, so unlikely he will...
Waduh. Pedega di balap lagi nih teman-teman.
Salmela unable to make the move into turn 2. Salmela just keeping second position for now. This fight is going to go to the
Last lap.
Grab your seat, folks. It looks to be a blockbuster finish here in race 2 for Junior GP in the battle for second position. Brian Uriarte is continuing to lead this race, nearly 7 seconds at the line last time around, and there he is, storming his way towards turn 8. Someone flapping off the back of his seat unit, but looks to be no bother for him. Perhaps just a sensor or his rain light. Whatever the case, he doesn't need it at the moment, quite clearly, because his lap times are looking astonishing out on track. Rico Salmela is still second position as well. Jesus Rios, where's the move going to come? You would have to say he's building for the back straight. He's building towards Curvoni.
Turn 14, perhaps under braking. Curvoni will be the first opportunity to dive up the inside. Although Salmela, you would think, would go defensive, although he's not going that defensive on the run into turn 11. Therefore, you would think Rios, perhaps, if he can get a little bit closer through 12 and 13, will try under braking at 14. He's very close to the back of the number 27.
A couple corners left, a couple corners separate Brian Uriarte from victory. And well, this podium fight too, they make their way out of turn 14 now as Brian Uriarte comes to the final corner, the 51. Well,
Tikungan terakhir teman-teman. Woi, Uriarte.
Domination from Brian Uriarte, the number 51 does win as Jesus Rios has got ahead of Rico Salmela on that final lap. It's a position change.
Gak bisa.
Second position.
Pratama tetap.
Of race 1, Rico Salmela does salvage a P3 here today.
Oke guys, untuk sementara kita lihat last lap ini adalah yang terakhir masuk adalah Uriarte, kedua Rio, ketiga Sal, Morelli-nya masuk keempat, S yang kelima, dan Pratama yang keenam. Oke, lumayan cukup untuk kali ini. Oke, thanks for watching buat teman-teman. Kita sampai ketemu lagi di video-video yang bakal kita tonton juga di lain waktu. Thanks ya buat semua. Sampai jumpa lagi.